Doesn't matter.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a bit. Oh, it's a bit.
I got scorn again. Yes, I was talking about there. I don't know when it went off. Well, I only get 20 minutes a shot here. But I was talking about Fastbook Freddy's and all these people who are investing in things like 5G and like I say, they were all these investors who invest in the fracking companies regretted it because most of them went bankrupt. And this is, if we have our way, this is what's going to happen with this 5G thing. So if you're investing in 5G, you're investing in destroying all biological life on this planet, and that includes us. So another little thing I remember, I have a book called The History of Electricity and Life. It's by a professor. Sadly he died, a Swedish professor, and he died last year. What's his name? But anyway, in the book he talks about going back to Marconi's days. You know, he was the first one to put these masts up and stuff. He put one in over the Needles on the Isle of Wight. Funnily enough, when he turned it on that same day, Queen Victoria had a brain hemorrhage. But these masts were like big things stretched between mountains and all sorts. And he used to have
They was always put away from properties, weren't they?
But his property, his cottage, was under it.
Oh.
And he had 11 heart attacks.
Well, there you go. That's why
the 11th one finished him off. And he was... I mean, these frequencies cause all kinds of things, and any ailments from small to large, and exacerbate existing ailments. You're talking about neurological stuff, physical stuff, everything, viruses. And he suffered a lot from depression, Marconi, would you believe? And his wife, who lived in this cottage, she had a miscarriage, you know, so... And this is going back, what, early 1900s, isn't it? Late 1800s. And yeah, this Arthur Furstenberg is the author of this book. It's a pretty thick book, but about a third of it at the back's all glossary and all telling you, you know, where the information came from, etc. But there's one chapter, there's a chapter all about the Isle of Wight, and it said the mystery of the Isle of Wight, because all the bees died when Marconi turned his thing on and everything, you know. But now, in Kensington Gardens, in another chapter, he talks about Kensington Gardens, which used to be full of house sparrows. Thousands of them in the trees in Kensington Gardens. Then I can't remember the exact date, but sometime in the 80s, I think, it may have been in the 90s, not sure, but they put a series of antennas all around the perimeter of the Kensington Gardens. I think it's at least 8 of them for all the different telecom companies and the police's own, you know, communication systems and all that. And this was so people can go, and send me pictures to America or wherever they've come from, you know. But all the house sparrows have gone. They've all died. Now, house sparrows, it's a shame really, there's something in their metabolism which must be prone more than a lot of other birds, but all the small birds and insects are dying anyway.
Well, from plants,
it's
from
serious,
insects,
yeah.
to sparrows and to us.
But
it's all the way up the life form
There's
chain,
no house sparrows anymore in Kensington Gardens. Have you seen house sparrows around here? I have dunnocks come in my garden. And back 10 years ago when I first, well, a bit more than that, when I first moved into my house in Shanklin, there used to be, in the shrubs in my garden, I've got a big rhododendron, there's some big shrubs, and they used to be full of dunnocks. Must be, I don't know, you get, I don't know, at least 20, if not more someday. Now you're lucky, I'm lucky if I see 3 or 4. You know, and they don't come in they start coming a bit more now because I think the weather's changing a bit. But, and the bees as well. The rhododendron used to be covered on them, it used to be buzzing with bees. Now this year, hardly any really, you know, compared to, I've got to admit, round the back of my house, it's a sheltered area. And in the back garden I have a big buddleia and all the, you know, the red amarils, the butterflies and the bees and the smaller pollinators all love it in there, you know. And round the side is pretty clear as well, so it's not, it's when they fly out and they get high enough to see the transmitters on top of Shanklin Theatre. There's big cell towers on top of there. I tell you, round behind there, the EMFs, like they will be here, are really high. I've been round there. So this is what we're up against. You know, I don't know. I'm going on a bit, but there you go. And whether all this will be on there, I'm not sure. I think that's it.